All right. So let's get a boxer shuffle going. Y'all know the deal here. Let me get my timer set up. All right, so we're bouncing heel to toe. You can get those arms moving if you want to. Just getting that blood flowing a little bit. Hope y'all had a great weekend. I know I did. Had a friend that got married up in Idaho Springs on Sunday, so it's nice to get up there. We were able to beat some thunder that we thought was going to bring some rain, but it didn't. So I hope y'all were able to get out and enjoy the good weather as well. All right, now we've had about 30 seconds doing this. Let's move to our hip cradles. So I want you to quarter squat, grab that hip and ankle, or grab that ankle and knee, stand up with it. Remember, if you need to get close to something, y'all know the deal here. We do this one every week. Get that nice hip opener going, that glute activation on the stance leg. So make sure you're really squeezing as you stand up. That's kind of the purpose of doing this quarter squat before we go and grab it. Really grab that ground with your foot as well. Help build up some of that balance. We're going to need it for the very first strength movement we're doing today. So give me 2 more on each side. And then that'll be hopefully good for the hips until we move to the next lower body activation exercise. All right, guys, shake that out. Next, we're going quad pull to overhead reach. So I want you grabbing the ankle, push that hip forward, squeeze the back glute at the same time as you're reaching overhead. Make sure you're not letting your ribs flare. All right, so we're getting a little bit of anterior activation here, front side of the body. Keep those ribs down, core stays braced. Give me about 5 on each side. Don't feel like you have to count. I'll do the counting for you, and I'll probably not actually do 5, but we'll see if I can remember. All right, make sure that knee's staying towards the midline of the body. Give me a big exhale too if you want as you push. All right, 1 more on each side. Good. All right, now we're going to move to inchworm. We're going to go normal inchworm first, feet to hands. So knees stay straight. I want you hinging. So push those hips back. Feet or hands come down near your feet. I want you to walk it out. Be sure to keep the knees straight. Give me a push up down here. If you need to, you can go from the knees. So push up. Then I want you coming back to the feet if you drop to those knees, and I want you walking your feet back towards your hands using just your ankles. All right, same thing 1 more time. Then we're going to go the opposite direction, and we're going to go hands to feet. So walk it out. Give me that push up. Make sure those wrists are stacked underneath the elbows or underneath the armpits. Using just your ankles, I want you to walk those feet back up as high as you can get them. Obviously, don't feel like you have to get here. If you need a bend to get yourself back up to standing, by all means, do that. Go ahead, give me 1 more this time. We are going to walk the hands back to the feet. Give me another push-up, though. And then hands back to the feet. Keep those knees as straight as you can. So now we're getting hamstring and a little bit more shoulder work. All right, 1 more. Doing the same thing. Walk it out. Give me the push-up down here. Screw those hands into the floor. Up, and then hands back to your feet. Nicely done, y'all. All right, shake it out. Give me a little bit of arm circles going forward. We're going to start small. We'll progressively get a little bigger. So we'll come a little bigger than that. Not quite overlapping yet. All right, now give me those overlaps. Nice, shake that out. Let's do the same thing going backwards. Starting small, elbows are straight. Make them a little bigger than that, and then give me overlapping. Try not to let your ribs flare here either. All right, shake all that out. Last one. Let's do our patented lateral lunge with overhead hold. So we're going to get a little bit of adductor work. We're going to wake those glutes up a little more. And then I want to also get a little bit of back activation. So give me a Y raise. Thumbs up towards the ceiling. Elbows are as straight as I can get them. And then I want you stepping out, making sure that toe stays forward. Soften the knee up, drop the hips back, and then come back up to standing. Y'all know the deal here. We do this one every Tuesday. Give me 5. So if you're on pace with me, I got 2 more on this side. Try not to let those arms fall as you hinge those hips back. Same thing going the other direction. Do your best. Ooh, almost too powerful there. Do your best to keep that toe pointed directly forwards though. And then that trail leg is staying as straight as you can. Perfect. All right. I know those shoulders are burning, so bring them down. Shake them out. Grab a little bit of water. Mine's behind the computer. And then we're going to go ahead and get in to our first strength set here. So what we're doing is we're doing some strength EMOMs. First one is going to be every 2 minutes for 4 sets. So that's 8 minutes total. We're going to have 2 different moves we're going to do. So we're going to work on obviously some strength work here, but we're also going to work on a little bit of endurance and the fact that we're doing those 2 movements for 4 different sets. With that said, after we do that, we're going to move to another very similar setup. It's going to be 3 exercises for 4 sets. And that's going to be EMOM as well, every minute on the minute. 12 minutes, and then we'll finish with a couple of Tabatas for cardio to get our heart rate nice and high. All right, so let's go over this first one. Strength number 1. We've got 2 moves here. Every 2 minutes, you're going to be responsible for doing a cross-body RDL. So remember, that's a Romanian deadlift. So I want you to soften the knee up, grab the ground with your foot, and then we're going to go across the body. Okay, cross the body reach, and then we're going to drive up. I know what you're thinking. There's no way I can do that. My balance is way too bad. I had too many beers this morning. Don't worry about it. If you want to make it a little easier, a little less on the balance, give me that staggered stance. Same thing though, soften the knee up, grab the ground with your foot, stay braced here. Don't let the rib cage flare. We're reaching across, and then we're coming up and driving. Notice that as my arm comes across and I come back up for this knee drive, opposite arm to elbow, okay? That's gonna allow us to get some of that activation. We're going 8 on one side, 8 on the other. So 8 consecutive on the right, 8 consecutive on the left, or vice versa. And then the second move that you're responsible for in each of these 2-minute sets is going to be a push up to an alternating toe touch. So we are here, squeeze the glutes, keep your core tight. Give me the push up, and then you're going to bring opposite hand to opposite foot. Okay, a little bit of balance here. This can also be done from the knees. So you're going here, then you can do almost like a child's pose to push back. That's still going to get us some shoulder work and a little bit of belly work as well. For that one, we're going 5 on each side, alternating for 10 altogether. So let's go ahead and get into it. First of these 4 sets is going in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pick a leg to start with. We're going across the body. We're driving up. Good. That's 1, 2. Woo. If your balance is as ugly as mine today, remember you can move that foot down. Take your time here. Obviously, we're trying to fit this in 2 minutes, but that doesn't mean we have to speed through it. I want you to focus on keeping that chest upwards so that the back stays flat. And once you've got 8 on one side, switch it up to the other. Same thing going this way. See if I can at least get my 3 that I did on the other leg. Whew. Reestablish your balance if you lose it. Good. And then if you need to, you can go to that staggered stance. Make sure you're giving me that good knee drive as you bring that body back up to standing. Once you get those 8, we're bringing it down to the floor. We got a minute left here. You're giving me that push up to that toe tap. Remember, 5 on each side, 10 all together. This can also be done from the knees, and it's going to look like this, right, where I'm coming and touching the knee instead of the toe. Stay with it. Really screw those hands into the floor. Once you get those 10, bring it on up. Slow your breathing down. And before we know it, we're going to be into set number 2. So we're running through that same sequence 3 more times. Going to really build the volume here. All right, 3, 2, 1, starting again. And remember, if you weren't able to get at least 30 seconds of rest there, I do want you to drop the reps on these a little bit. So maybe instead of doing 8, we're doing 6. Play around with it. Make sure you're getting at least 30 seconds to rest out of these 2 minutes. Eight on one side, or 6 to 8, and then 8 on the other. Remember, I'm really trying to keep that back as flat as I can. Belly stays tight. I can go to that staggered stance if I need to. If I'm feeling spicy, I can try to float the leg, really work on that balance. Easier said than done, though. All right, so y'all stay with it. All right, we got 1 minute to go. Move into our push-up. 2-toe touch. Squeeze those glutes, keep your core tight when you're doing that push-up. Same thing here. If you need to adjust the reps a little bit, by all means do that. We're shooting for anywhere between 4 to 5 on each side, so 8 or 10 altogether. All right, we got 30 seconds. Slow that breathing down if you're finished. Grab a little bit of water if you need it. And we're halfway through this first strength set. Ooh, hopefully y'all are breathing as heavy as I am. All right, here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go. Cross body, driving up, knee up, try to meet it with that other elbow. So working on obviously strength of the hamstrings here and glute, but we're also getting some of that balance with this single leg. Eight on one side, 8 on the other, or adjust if needed. You'll see me doing a little bit of both of the true single leg and the staggered stance. And I'm really just trying to match both legs until my balance kind of gives out on me. All right, 1 minute to go here. Push up to toe tap next. Remember, adjust these reps if needed. I want it to feel hard. I don't want it to feel impossible. Do your best when you're doing those push-ups to ensure that you're screwing your hands into the ground. That's going to prevent our elbows from flaring out and take pressure off the shoulder. All right, we got just over 20 seconds to go here. 3 down, 1 to go. Oh, I'm glad I got ice in that today. I need that cool water. All right, guys, last one. 3, 2, 1, go. Coming across, coming up with that opposite knee. Last round here. Challenge yourself. Whew. Remember, I don't want it to feel easy. So even if you're going staggered stance, try to put the least amount of weight possible on that back foot. Remember, 8 on one side, 8 on the other, or adjust. Almost there. Y'all are doing great. Final set here. Then we'll get 60 seconds to rest before we move to a new trio of exercises. Nice. All right, 60 seconds to go. Home stretch here. Push yourselves. Rest is near. You gotta earn it though. Final 35 seconds. Once you're finished, slow that breathing down, grab some water, and then get ready because we're going to have 60 seconds before we hop into a new set of exercises. Whew. So we have AC in here, but now it doesn't feel like it. And if y'all weren't warm before, I guarantee you are now. All right, we got 60 seconds to recover. Slow that breathing down. Give me some of those diaphragmatic breathing. Big inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Slow that heart rate down. All right, 30 more seconds. Now we're going to move into strength 2. Same kind of format here. We're going to go every minute on the minute this time. We've got 3 different exercises. So the first minute of every set, we're going to be doing a forward step lunge. So you're going to step it forward, toe stays straight, sink it down, come back up, give me a curtsy. Okay? You want to make this a little harder, try to sink that move and go straight through. Okay? We're going 5 on one side, 5 on the other. If your knees are bothering you on this one, don't go quite so deep on the curtsy or that forward lunge. Okay, but I do want you to at least work within your range of motion. That's once we do that for the first minute, then we're moving to our second minute task, which is going to be a bent lat pull down. So what I want you to do, feet are hip width apart, knees are soft. We're going to drive that butt back. Arms are going to come up overhead, and then we're going to pull in and squeeze. We've done these before. You're going to give me 10. Whatever time you have left over, you're going bent T-hold. Notice with this T-hold, thumbs are up towards the ceiling. So that is our second minute task. And then finally, our third minute task of each of these 4 sets that we're getting ready to embark on is a core exercise. We're going plank reaches. So I want you in a high plank position, top of the push-up. Squeeze your glutes, keep your core tight. You're going to give me one reach and then the other. We're going to go for 30 seconds there, so no counting. For a modification for that one, this can be done from the knees as well to shorten that lever. So same thing, I want you resisting rotation. So make sure you're staying tight here and here. All right, y'all. So moving on. Next set's going in. 3, 2, 1. Go. So we're going forward step to curtsy. 5. Keep your chest up. Make sure that knee is staying in line with the toe. When I go to step it out, and switch sides. Remember, if you need to do that little tap in between, by all means do that. Try to get that back knee as close to the floor as you can. Good. We got 15 seconds. And then we're going to our bent lat pull. Slow that breathing down. 3, 2, 1. Push those hips back, soft knees. We're going pulls. Give me 10. Really want you focused on squeezing those shoulder blades together in that bottom position. Once you finish, I want you bringing those arms out wide. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. We're going to go about 15-second hold here. And then you'll get the other 15 seconds to rest. So notice how my shin angle is pretty vertical, perpendicular to the floor. That's how we know we're actually hinging through the hips. So do your best to do that. All right, relax. And then we're getting ready to do first 30 seconds of the next minute. Plank reaches, that'll be 1 set. And you know we're doing 4. All right. Plank reaches. We're down. We're reaching up. I want you squeezing those glutes, keeping your core tight. The wider your feet are, the easier this is going to be. More narrow, the harder. That's going to want, your body's going to want to rotate more. And remember, if you can always go from the knees to shorten that lever. 3, 2, 1. Time. Good job, y'all. All right. 1 set down. 3 to go. All right, 15 seconds. Grab some water if you need it. And remember, with these EMOMs, adjust those reps as needed. I'm giving you a goal. You don't have to necessarily meet that. All right, next set. 3, 2, 1, go. Stepping it out and behind. Five on one side, 5 on the other. Making sure that that toe is pointed directly forwards when we go to step it out. And if you wanted to, you can just give me the forward lunge, or you can just give me the curtsy. So you got some options there. Whew. Good job, y'all. All right, 15 seconds. Then we're moving to our bent lat pull down. So go ahead, feet hip width apart, soft knees, push that butt back. Belly stays tight, arms overhead, and we're pulling. Give me 10 of these. If you want, you can even make a fist. That's gonna kind of help with what we call irradiation, which is when I tighten something further up the chain, it's gonna actually help further activate the muscles down the chain. Once you get 10, if you can, give me that T hold, thumbs up towards the ceiling. Notice my vertical shin angle. That's what we're aiming for. And 3, 2, 1. Come on up. 15 seconds to rest. And then we're coming up on our second set of these plank reaches. We're going to do the first 30 seconds of the minute. So go ahead and get in position. 3, 2, 1. And we're reaching. Remember, stay tight through that midsection like someone's going to punch you in the stomach. Squeeze those glutes. Stay still like a statue, except for those arms. 10 seconds to go. Remember, go from the knees too if you need to. They're hard enough Up top, and time. Good job, y'all. All right. 30 seconds to rest. We're going to go through that sequence one more time, maybe two more times. We'll see how we're doing on time when we get to the end of this next one. And I know what y'all are thinking, man, I hope we don't have time for a fourth one, but we'll see. We'll see. All right. Get ready. 3, 2, 1. Forward step to curtsy. Going now. Give me 5 on one side, 5 on the other. Remember, cut that depth if you need to. So you can make it shallow. We're still working all the same muscles. And then you can just progress it by getting a little deeper. Keep that chest up if you can. Do your best not to collapse over. Give it that little balance tap in between if you need to. I got one more. We got 20 seconds to go here. Shake those legs out if you need it. And then we're going to our bent lat pull down. Three, 2, 1. Push those hips back, arms overhead. Give me that pull. 10 of these. When you pull down, the tendency is going to want to be to release that ab brace and let your ribs really flare. I want you to do your best to prevent that. So rib cage down. Good. Once you get those 10, bring those arms out, thumbs up towards the ceiling. Same thing, belly stays tight. You got 10 seconds here. And then all we got is one more set of plank reaches. And time. Good, 15 seconds. And then we got one more set of these plank reaches, 30 seconds there. And that'll be it. We're not going to do a fourth round. I want to make sure we can get to the cardio. 3, 2, 1. Come on down. Give me those reaches. Remember, squeeze those glutes. Keep that core braced the entire 30 seconds here. Come to the knees. If that's getting to be too much, from the feet. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. Good job, y'all. All right. We got 60 seconds to rest. Go ahead. Rest it up. As y'all are catching your breath, I'm going to get the timer set up and we're going to go over this last cardio section. I know what you're thinking. That wasn't cardio. It got our heart rate up like it was. But we're going to do a little bit faster movements here that aren't so much strength-based. So with that said, we've got 2 moves we're going to alternate with for this Tabata. Remember, Tabata is 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off times 8 rounds. So we're going to have an odd minute exercise and an even minute exercise, 4 of each. There's going to be 1 Tabata. We got 2 Tabatas before we're finished with the class. All right, first one. We are either in a high plank or a low plank. It's up to you. Low plank is going to be a little easier on the shoulders. And we are doing plank jacks for the first 20 seconds. Popping those feet out. Lower modification is going to be just stepping it out. And then if we need to, you can go from the knees and just do knee taps. Okay? So you got 3 options there. Every even minute, we're bringing it to the floor on our back. And we are going tabletop. So knees and hips at 90 degrees. Come up, touch your heels. Tabletop heel taps. Okay, so that is our first set. And we are going in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we're doing plank jacks. Keep your core tight here. This is cardio, but this is also a core exercise. Control your breathing as best you can here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. Good. Flip it over. We're going 3, 2, 1. Knees at 90. Give me those heel taps. Can't get all the way to the heels. I just want you doing a little bit of a crunch here. And 3, 2, 1. Time. Good. Flip it around. Plank jacks again. 3, 2, 1. Go. Remember, you can move to just taps if you need to. And then we can even go from the knees and do that same movement just with those knees bent. 3, 2, 1. Time. Good job, y'all. All right, flip it around. Coming up on round 4 here. We're almost halfway with this Tabata. 3, 2, 1. Go. So really tighten those abs as you come up. Squeeze there in that midsection. Helps if you're timing your exhale with that as well. So inhale on the way down. Exhale as you crunch up. And time. Good. Flipping it around. Back to our plank jack. Stay with me. Halfway. 3, 2, 1. Go. Home stretch here, y'all. Hang tight. 3, 2, 1. Time. All right, flipping it back to our back. Tabletop heel taps. And go. Lots of core here. So if you need to, if you want to just hang in this dead bug position where you're still staying tight, that's a good way to continue to work that core without actually doing these crunches. Time. Good. 6 down. We got 1 more of each. You made it this far. Finish strong here. Last round of plank jacks. 3, 2, 1. Go. Do your best not to let those hips drop when you go to do your plank jack, whether it's like a step out one or it's the jump out. 3, 2, 1. Time. Good. Last round here. Y'all are doing great. Stay with me. 3, 2, 1. Go. Remember, if you need to, give me the dead bug where you're pushing that low back into the floor. This is a good way, like I said, to get a little bit of active rest, but still work that core. And time. Good job, y'all. All right, catch your breath. We got a minute to rest. And then we just got 1 more 4-minute Tabata. And we are done with the class. We'll finish with about 5 minutes of cool down. All right, y'all. So for this last one, no more core stuff. We're staying standing. We're doing the Heisman. So what you're going to do is you're going to do a little double skip and then drive the knee up. Notice opposite arm and elbow come together. We're going just back and forth there. And then that's going to be our first move, or odd. So every odd round, every even round, we're going to go half burpee. So we're going to hop it out, hop it back in, or step it out, step it back in. And then you're going to give me just a lateral hop, and then same thing. Use the space you have. Turn around every time if you need to. All right, Heisman, 3, 2, 1, go. Give me that little double hop, drive the knee up. That's all you got to do. You want to slow this down. it's gonna look like this, okay? I don't care which version you choose. I just want you moving the entire time. 3, 2, 1, time. Good. All right, y'all, stay with me. Half burpee to lateral jump. And go. Jump or step out, step back in. Give me that lateral hop. Use the space you have. If you got a tiny space, it might just look like this before I turn around and go the other way. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, time. Oh, go. You were just going. All right, Heisman. Third round here, and we're going. Stay with it, guys. Y'all doing great. Almost done here. We're looking at like 2 more minutes of work. Three, 2, 1, time. Good. All right, slow that breathing down. 10 seconds goes by real quick. 3, 2, 1. Half burpee to that lateral hop. Ten seconds to go here. Do your best not to let those hips drop when you kick it out. 3, 2, 1, time. Are y'all halfway? Minute 20 to go, and we are done. 3, 2, 1, Heisman. We're doing just that little low shuffle with that knee drive. Remember, if you want to slow it down, by all means, do what you got to do to keep it moving. 3, 2, 1, time. 5 down, 3 to go. 60 seconds of work is all we got left. Push yourself here, half burpee. And we're going. Finish strong, y'all. This is it. You made it this far. Don't quit on me yet. Not that you were thinking of doing that anyways. 3, 2, 1, time. All right, here we go. Last round of each. 1 more Heisman, 1 more lateral jump to half burpee. And we're going. Final 40 seconds of work. Give me everything you got here. Three, 2, 1, time. All right, this is it. Last 20-second round. Give me that half burpee to jump, and we are done. 3, 2, 1, go. Use that space you have. Give me as many of these as you can get. 10 seconds to go. And time. Ooh, good job, y'all. All right, hands on those hips. Walk it out. Slow that breathing down real quick before we worry about grabbing any water. It's gonna be hard to drink any water if we're gasping for air. We just got a couple more minutes. We're gonna finish with a few stretches, and then I'll let y'all get out of here. All right, y'all, continue to do those deep breaths. Big inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Try to make that exhale last a little longer than the inhale. Easier said than done, I know. Give me a standing hamstring stretch, forward fold. Reach for those toes. Knees are straight. Give me those deep breaths down here as well. Don't worry about keeping that back straight. Let's get some of that good unloaded stretching going on in the back as well. Good, and then come on up. Get near a wall or something or a chair. Give me that figure 4 glute stretch. Push those hips back Remember, you can apply a little bit of pressure to that knee if you want to enhance that a little bit. Continue that nice deep breathing. We want to really try to tie into that recovery system as early as possible once we finish a hard workout like we just did. All right, come on up. Same thing on the other side. Ankle on the opposite knee. Sit those hips back. Do your best not to swing out with this. Try to stay square where that hip is going to stay in line with my knee as opposed to away from it. Good, come on up. Quad stretch next. Grab the ankle. Same thing we did at the beginning of class without the reach. And obviously we're gonna hold it statically this time. So squeeze that glute, push the hip forward, feel that stretch both in the quad as well as the hip flexor. Do your best to keep that knee towards the midline of your body as well instead of let it flare out. And 3, 2, 1. Come on down. Same thing on the other side. Good job today, y'all. That was a tough one. We started with the strength, but we were still under a time crunch doing that EMOM format. So I don't know about y'all, but that felt like a lot more cardio than just the last 10 minutes of class, like it looked on paper. All right, relax. Last one, chest stretch. Clasp those hands behind your back, push down. Remember, we can always enhance these by continuing to do that deep breathing. Don't let those ribs flare though. Good, give me a forward fold here. Stay clasped though. And we're gonna do the Michael Phelps. Let those arms just fly down. Give me a rock back and forth. Shift that weight from left to right. And then come on up. And that is it for today's class. So thanks so much for coming, y'all. You absolutely killed it. I don't know about y'all, but I am sweating like a pig.